quick. I'm going to show you how to fix this spool pin from being loose. And I'm going to do it with thread. I know. All I was trying to do, I'm like, you know what? I've got the capability. I've had two Black Knight 2s and the Dark Wolf Ultra. I'm going to put the ceramic bearings from my original one into the Dark Wolf because I'd actually taken off the orange seals a while back. And then we'll know if you guys want to get, ceramic bearings for the Dark Wolf Ultra, what it'll cast like. And that's not what this video is. Be looking forward to that. So I switched them out and I've loosened everything up. I have to reset all my stuff. But the Dark Wolf Ultra now is no longer quiet. Whoa. So now we have the ceramic bearings straight out of a Black Knight 2, and I'll be able to go out, test it again with the trout magnet and see what that does. But in the process, if you guys aren't familiar, I recommend, because I'm leaving this guy alone. Here's my other one. I'm not going to mess with this thing at all. Now I've got a fix for it, and I could if I want to, but they are perfectly fine. I didn't notice really any improvements over taking the seals out or not. So I'm leaving this guy alone. But what happens when you take that pin out, there's one way to take it out. Oh look, that sucker moves already. I haven't even touched that. Look at that. You guys see that? Now, from what I'm looking at, and I'll try to show you, if you guys can look up there. I'm pretty sure, and nobody told me, if I can get this thing to focus, I want you guys to see what I'm seeing. Look at that. These things have a C-clip. I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive that look right. See that? Now, how you're supposed to pop that out? I'll just try it. And this is kind of like a magnified version. When I hold it up there, it looks way easier to see than it does here in person when it focuses. Well, it's not going to focus. What did I just do? But anyway, with every one I've seen, and look at that. You guys see that movement? So this weird design, instead of being pressed, I guess, in aluminum, they're not. There's a little freaking clip there. Can you guys see that? Well, I've destroyed mine on two of them anyway, so we're not going to mess with that. And here's the clip. I'm going to try to get it. Now, I guess technically I could try to pop that back on, but I got a simpler thing for you guys. Can you guys see that? Look at these hands. I know they're looking a little rough. I probably need a little lotion. It's the middle of winter. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can make out just how small that is. There's no way I don't have any capability of getting that with any tool I own to get that grabbed and popped back on, okay? So I don't know where they're thinking. I guess if you're not gonna, which I'm not going to, you're never gonna dismantle this at some point, at some point you'll eventually have to, eventually. So look at that one more time. I'm just amazed that they've popped something like that. Like, why would you do that? Just press fit them where they just fit tight, just kind of tight. Anyway, yeah, that is a no-go for me. Don't worry. I was sitting down here, mad scientist in his laboratory was sitting down here and was just thinking, just brainstorming like, there's got to be a way, because I think Jay had commented, we could glue it, this and that. Well, here's the issue with that. And even why you want them pressed as opposed to this. If they're in there doing that movement, technically it doesn't move side to side. But if they're moving in there, when this goes in, and I'll try to show you if you can see it. The only thing attaching the spool to your gears in there is that pin hooks into your gear in here, right? So it actually has to be a fairly, yes for BFS, technically no. You're only going to have so tight of a drag. But too much slop over a period of time, that's going to waller out. Is waller a word? I guess. I think it is. Anyway, it's going to loosen up. It's going to get slop in it, even more slop than if it had any. So here's a fix I found. And all this is my old fishing thread. It's a little stouter than normal thread, but I'm thinking you could use any thread you had in your house. If you had thin enough braid, you could probably do the same thing with that. And that, look how old that is. I don't know what rating, whatever this is, but here's my fix, and I'll just show it to you real quick. I just take this, run it through the hole, because I'm going to show you when you, I guess I should. Yeah, bad image quality. It's because it's trying to focus, and when you're trying to do all this, yeah, I got you. Bad image quality. All the live videos are. When I'm actually out on the water with my GoPro, it's a little better. The image is good once it focuses. So see, you try to put that back in, it's got that little bitty lip on it. See, let me show you. Hang on, give it time to focus. So that's how they're supposed to be. If you can tell, there's a little lip there. So here, let me show you the fix. Hang on. Now, how permanent is it? I'm not 100% sure. But if you pull yours out, messing with bearings, and you know, I'm sure you won't be able to. If somebody knows how to pop that right back on easy, by all means, share that with me and I will do it. So I just take and run a little bit of thread. Now you could do this after you put the tool on, but I find it, I don't know. This is how I did it the first time, and this time I did it the second time. This is only the second time. I just did it a couple minutes ago, and it seems to work so far. So you're going to grab, well, actually, you're going to take the pin. Now, I just held it up here. You want to make sure you get the right side going back on. So you're going to start that back in the way it should go. And it won't want to go. So then you're going to take your, yeah, it's kind of like sewing. It's a little bit of a process with this added little thing we have to do now. But it's still doable. Hang on. And trying to show, I did it way easier the first time because I wasn't trying to show. Hopefully I can get this done. I had to shut off the Wi-Fi to my phone because my house Wi-Fi is horrible. So you just want to run that in where it's snug and then come back out. So what you got is this on there, and actually if it went in there right, you should be able to just pull those off because it actually like cut into it. So all you did was you left a little bit of thread in there. You gave it a, so if it's right, then you should be able to push on that. You shouldn't be able to, now don't go crazy, don't grab a pair of pliers, but you shouldn't be able to push it back out. It's fixed, okay? Now, yeah, maybe every so often, and I'm going to check mine. I've got 2 of them done that way, and the one I'm leaving alone. So let me show you this guy, the fix. So this one's the same way. And I honestly feel that is better than the way they had it. See, I have no movement. It's tight. That is in there. You just have to remember on these, if you're doing again, you know, to, you know, if you decide to take bearings out or whatever. So it's a pretty simple fix. Almost everybody should have some kind of thread. You can pick this up anywhere, but it's kind of a simple fix. And in my mind, I mean, you guys tell me, it's better than what jinky little freaking idea that this was. That movement in there slopping around cannot be as good as just being secure, no movement, right? Now, I guess, but if you hold your thread up here, and that's why I did it. If you hold your thread up here, okay, the pressure's coming side to side. So that thread up here, holding that tight, technically shouldn't wear, you know, as much as say if you were holding it off to the side, you know, or whatever, for whatever reason, it was on a sideways. Technically, I think, I don't know. But we're going to see how long it'll last. And I just wanted to get that out there real quick while I was doing it and could show you guys. That's how I fixed that issue. Because it was an issue on mine. I felt like when I would engage the reel, when I would engage this, every once in a while, I would actually make a couple cranks and it felt like something was not quite right. And then I'd hear a little, just an internal little clunking sound, and then it was fine. And I think that's what it was. I think that pin without that little clip would move just enough to something just not be right. Maybe this would go out and rub on some. I have no idea what was going on, but I noticed that if I put the pin in all the way, or one of these reels that I've got that I hadn't messed with yet, it had no issues. So yeah. And you know what I just did there? Look at me. I'm a moron. I'm going to have to redo that, but I wanted to show you guys. There's no bearing on there, because that's the main thing I was doing when this whole thing started. I'll pop it back out. It's a simple fix. Now that I know that and it will work, it's a simple process. Don't worry. No, the Black Knight. Dark Wolf Ultra stock bearings. And when I was putting them on here and trying to spin them, there's just no, I won't focus. There's no spin in them. They don't even like spin for any time. So I'm going to spray those out with brake clean. I'm putting them in my Black Knight 2 that is going on that Lure Star, the feeling rod, throwing a little bit bigger bait, so it's not as big a deal to have the micro or the ceramics or any of that. So these bearings should be fine. But I am going to clean them out, add a little BFS oil, and that's all I was going to do. But then how they had them, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to switch out the bearings and all that. So as I get out of here, my biggest issue I had when I popped mine out off I don't remember which one now. This is Dark Wolf Ultra. It's fixed, ready to go. Black Knight 2, I got to pull that back off, spray out these bearings, put a little drop of BFS oil, put the bearings back in. I got to put the bearing back in over here. Not that one. Where's the, oh my God, I got so many parts around here. No, look, no bearing. So when I went to pop one of them out, it shot this way to the right. And I'll be honest, I have no idea where it landed. So that's my biggest issue I got going on right now. I gotta stop what I'm doing, move this out of the way, clean everything up to search. I gotta find this little bitty thing, and if I can't find it, I gotta figure out how to make another one or just make it to where that bearing can't slide up and down, because on here, there's no keeper so yeah, I gotta figure that out. But anyway, guys, hopefully that fix works for you. If anybody, whether you find this video now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and you're like, oh, I got an issue with, and it should work on basically any pin you're trying to push into something. If it's a little sloppy, slide something in there. If you got a freaking huge whatever, and even a reel, and you just need a keeper pin to stay in something, slide a thin chunk of, I guess, solder or something, and then, push it in, and it just fits it to where it fits tight. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I am gone for sure. Under 15 minutes, this may be the fastest video ever. And King F. Kark, thanks for the comment. Bad image quality, I get it. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Get out of here, go bass and bonsai. But whatever you do, make sure you have fun doing it. And wear glasses if you need better image quality. Thanks, and see ya.